Well, Simon, how have you coped with the weather during your preparations, or is it added to their experience of how they go about things?
It's certainly added. Similar to the first team, we think we're going to play in a bit of a storm. We expect the wind to swirl around. Our preparations, it hasn't altered. We've had one session on artificial turf, but we've been on the grass for the rest of them. So we're all good and ready to go.
Focusing on your recent form, I think since we last spoke, you had the Professional Development League Cup game against Brentford, you've had the London Senior Cup game against Tooting and Mitcham. Narrow defeats, but what did you learn from them?
Our match versus Brentford, we knew what we had to do. We went strong, we was organised, and the players were excellent. We had many penalty box entries, many chances. The only downside of the game was our finishing, and we haven't struggled to score goals all season. It was missed opportunities. It was poor reading of situations as to why we didn't score, and some of it is just technique work. But you know, I'm not worried about our finishing. It was a one-off game for us, but the effort, the energy, and how we cut them open was really good on the night and really pleasing for us. We just need obviously that final stage to put it in the back of the net.
Generally now, what's the feeling going into this one?
Confident. We feel as if we're in a good place. We're fit. We're healthy. We know what they're about. They're a good side, Rob. They've got a couple of formations that we're prepared for. We know about them. We've done our due deal on them, and we're ready. We look really sharp. We're gonna go into the game as underdogs. You know, they're doing well in their league, and they are full of good lads, good footballers that are punching at their level. But so are we. We're at home. We love playing under the lights at the Cherry Red, and we're really excited about the game.
Well, Wolves are Category 1 academy side, but we've beaten a Category 1 side at Plough Lane last season, even though it's different personnel.
Yes, we did. We did really well against Blackburn. We deserved to beat them. Again, Wolves are completely different to Blackburn. And again, you know, all we can do is prepare. And as I said to the lads, it's just about us playing at our top levels. We can't control what they do. We understand what they do, and we've seen what they're doing. We've worked on what they do. But you know, it really is about us and about our moments and what we do when we've got the ball at feet.
The Gaffers had Riley Horan, Harry Hedges, Ed Leach gaining vital experience being around the first team squad. How much could that be an influence on the game?
Those, when they come back, we talk to them obviously when they come back, and we're training next to them. They speak about the sessions, speak about what's in, speak about the words that are spoken. The players, and this is credit to those three lads, when they go on, and we call it the big bus, they come back to us, which is their bread and butter. They don't lose any intensity. They don't lose any combativeness. They play at their rhythms, which gets them up there in the first place. So the three lads have done tremendously well. They've spent a lot of time with the senior squad. The gaffer asks for them by person, but the wonderful thing, as I said, Rob, is when they come back, they just go back into what they were. They use it as very much, it's a thing of privilege, but we keep speaking to them. They've earned that privilege. But when they come back, they work at their levels, and they use it as very much as a catalyst for being really good with us again. So it's a really positive effect with those players.
That's really good to hear. Another key factor, of course, can be our fans creating an atmosphere, getting behind the boys. And we know how much they respond to those FA Youth Cup nights at Plough Lane.
No, we over the last 2 years, Rob, we've had 2 really good years where performances have been really good at Plough Lane. You know, we play to our levels. Again, it's understanding what we're coming up against. Wolves are a very good side, but our fans and the parents and the build up to it is all is all really great, because you know these guys are going into that where they're going to play in front of 8, 10, 15,000 at the weekend. Understanding that pressure and performing through that pressure is key to them.
How important is it as well to get all the academy down there, even the younger age groups, so they get a taste for it?
It's key. It's absolutely key. It's the pinnacle of the under-18 season. We had the final last year that was really well supported for the 17s and came out on top. It's wonderful for the players to see that. It creates a buzz. It creates a noise that you know these guys are going into. So it's really important, and really important for the younger players in the academy to see the intensity and the football aggression that's needed to compete at this top level.
Ultimately, whatever the outcome, well, we hope it's going to be a positive one, even though it's a big task ahead of us. It's about producing players, and you must be delighted to see Harry Sidwell, a member of this squad last season, making his debut at Harrogate on Saturday.
Yeah, wonderful. I messaged him afterwards and he came back to me. It's great to see him getting on in the league. Again, Harry is a good pro. He works hard. He went up with the pros later last year, but again he came back down. Same Harry, gets on with it, plays at his rhythm, does what he does week in, week out. And you know, our job is to make sure that I don't want my players to go over there to fill numbers. I want them to go over there and make a real impact, and give the gaffer, yeah, I want that kid, because he knows he can trust them. He knows they compete. He knows that they understand the rhythm. And as I said, go over there and really make a difference.
What was really good to hear as well from the gaffer, as well as the fact that he said that it wasn't a box ticking exercise. He needed Harry on at the time because Riley Harbottle was on a yellow card, perhaps away from a suspension, so he needed to play a part in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Harry's gone. He's gone out to Havant. I've only seen him play once at Havant, but again, he's very consistent in what he does. He plays in an area of the pitch where you've got to have that consistency, and haven't really trust him, you know. And he's in a good place. I'm delighted for him. But it shows here that there's a good synergy between the first team and the under-18s, and we have a duty as a club, as a group, as my staff, to make sure that we get the lads ready to step onto the next level.
Another example as well of that closeness between first team and academy team is that the lads stay humble, they remember where they come from, and we saw Kai Jennings, Morgan Williams both came down for the last game at Eastleigh in the Youth Cup, supported on that night. Yeah,
it's wonderful to see. Even more came down when we played at Sutton, but those two lads travelled all that way, and it's wonderful to see. It's wonderful to see how the group stay together, even though they've moved on within the club. It's wonderful to see them come and support the lads, and the lads really appreciate it.
Brilliant. So of course, I mean, we know it's a big task ahead of us on Monday night, but something that we're very capable of going about doing out there.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to it. We're fit, we're healthy, we've got a game plan, we've got an idea of what we're going to do. It's just down to how we are on the night now, and we're in a really good place.
Brilliant. Best of luck, Simon.
Thank you.